What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are. Today is actually the 104th trading day of 2019. I've been averaging $2,423 per day. Today I'm finishing up $2,433, $10 above my 2019 daily average, which is fine. That's a good green day, an average day. I'm happy with that. $2,000 is sort of always been my, well, for the recent history, my daily goal. And you know, some days like yesterday I'll hit 10 grand and be 4 times the daily goal, and other days like today I'm coming in right around the daily goal. I felt like momentum slowed down a little bit today, and this might be a little bit of a day or two of rest before the next round of momentum. Last week with ELTK, SOLY, GNCA, you know, we saw a lot of momentum today. CTRM with gapping up over 100%, and that was the one that I made the most money on. So check out the recap, enjoy it, and as always, if you have questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning, 9:15 for pre-market analysis. All right, everyone, so we're going to do our midday market recap here, go over the trades from this morning. I'm going to finish the day up $2,433.51 on 2 trades. 2 trades, 2 winners, and I'm done for the day. Not going to overstay my welcome, not going to push my luck. It doesn't feel like momentum is as strong today as it was yesterday, and so you know, besides that, I've got my schedule of one-on-one sessions with Inner Circle students that I've got to keep to, so I'm not going to trade past 11 a.m. for sure, and so this just makes sense. Do the recap 10:30, switch gears 11, and then for the rest of the day I'll be working with students. So what's interesting today was we had a stock kind of similar to what we had yesterday on GNCA. Now, yesterday GNCA, big gap up over 100%, but the bell rings and what happens? It sells off. It ends up closing the day, you know, down significantly from the open price, and has continued to sell off this morning. Now, I think that because we had this big sell-off on GNCA, I was concerned that that was going to hurt momentum for today. In fact, though, yesterday, after GNCA was selling off, we had ABIO right here make a 100% move. I mean, this thing took off, went from a low of 550 all the way up to just under $9. And then we had VISL also make a 100% move. Headline around 2-3 in the afternoon, squeezes up from $1.50 all the way up to $3.74. So since we did have a couple of stocks make really big moves yesterday, I thought, well, maybe today we will see some decent momentum. And so I was keeping an open mind. So let me grab you the gap scanner for this morning. This is what our gap scanner looked like here, and this was at, let's see, we'll reset this time to 9:25 a.m. So at 9:25 a.m., CTRM was our leading gapper. I made $1,700 on it. It was up 110% with an 800,000 share float and 1.28 million shares of pre-market volume. So let's look at the chart. Unfortunately, kind of like GNCA yesterday, it has sold off for most of the day. But it doesn't mean there wasn't an early opportunity for a small trade. And so what we ended up having here was a small scalp, and I was anticipating the break of the pre-market. There were 2 pre-market pivots, one at 9:15, one at 9:27, and I thought if we broke 9:27, we would go right up to $10.10. Same setup yesterday as GNCA. The bell rings, it dips down for a second. I ended up buying the dip as it squeezes back up and selling as it broke over 9:15, and it hit a high, let's see, of 960, which was awesome. I mean, that really ended up being pretty solid, and I was able to get, let's see, well, $1,700 of profit on it. I think my best exit, I tried to sell on the ask. I was trying to sell in the 50s. I didn't get those orders filled, and so I ended up, I think my best exit was 945. But, you know, in any case, that's fine. You know, take the profit on that. 945 was still a nice move, almost $1 off the lows, but then immediately rejected, bear flag, and broke to to the downside, second bear flag, broke to the downside. So this ended up being probably much stronger for short sellers, for those that were able to find shares available to borrow. But of course, that's not something that was an option for me at Lightspeed. So no shares available to borrow, could only trade in one direction, and was able to capture $1,700 right on that gap and go setup. So that's a trade straight from the day trade course. Now, once CTRM was done, we had a couple others on the gap scanner we were looking at. ATIS was a possibility. This one, unfortunately, the pre-market chart was pretty weak. It was already selling off, and so there were no trades on it. BLIN is the second one that I traded today, $700 of profit. That was on the gap scanner right here at 370. Pre-market bull flag, squeeze up, pull back, pull back, pull back. First candle to make a new highs here at 370. I actually jumped in at 392 and sold as it broke over $4. So with 9,000 shares, I captured about, 8 cents of profit or so. I know some of you guys did get in it down here in the 70s, which was a great entry, and did a lot better on a per share basis than I did. But I was able to capture a little bit of profit on this one, which is good. And then at that point, I was just sitting tight. We had SOLY that some traders were watching. I think that it's worth watching for the first daily candle to make a new high. It's come back down to the 9 moving average. This is a nice, period of pullback, but it's a little too expensive, and it didn't break the high of yesterday's candle, which was 1873. So I left that one alone. Didn't take any trades on it. ELTK similarly, we'll be watching the first daily candle to make a new high, but that didn't happen today either. Yesterday's high was 695. Today's high currently is 660. So we'll watch the first daily candle to make a new high. That's a swing trade setup, and there's definitely something there, but I think I'm just gonna, for right now, leave it alone. Other stocks on the scans, Seed down here with a tiny amount of volume pre-market, squeezed up, tapped the 200 moving average and sold off that level, but on light volume, so nothing there. And really, what's kind of interesting, if we move this scanner out of the way, today on the high day momentum scanner, there was only one stock that hit the yellow scanner, which is the one that is my favorite right now, massive volume, low float, and that was BLIN. And then there have been a couple other stocks, but really not a lot that's looked really solid. So we've had an incredible stretch here the last 6 days. This is my 6th consecutive green day. I'm 31% towards my monthly goal, which is fantastic. I'm up about $12,500 on the month of June, which is great considering it's only the 2nd day of the month. So 2 green days in, starting to build the cushion a little bit. Today is the 104th trading day of the year. And so what's interesting about that is what I do is I sort of I forecast where I'm tracking for 2019. So last year in 2018, I averaged just over $2,000 per day profit. It was $2,058.76 is what I have as my actually no, it looks like $2,117. Let me just update that. So $2,117 was my average last year. This year, as of today, I've got $252,000 of profit. Divided by 103 trading days is 104 trading days. 104 is $2,423 per day in profits, which is 14% above last year. So 14% above last year. Last year I finished with $500,000. So if I'm able to actually finish the year 10% higher, that'll be $550. 15% higher, $575. 20% higher, $600,000. Right now, the way I'm forecasting my profits for 2019 is I'm taking the $252,000 that I've already made, and then I'm going to use last year's average for the rest of the year. So if I can just maintain last year's average of $2,100 per day, I'll finish this year with $518,000. Now, if I can finish this year and maintain this $2,400 average per day, I'll finish at $557,000. So I like to keep a good kind of sense of where I'm tracking on the year, if I'm tracking a little ahead or a little behind. And I was tracking a little behind about a month and a half ago. Towards the end of March and coming into the beginning of April, I was tracking in the 480s, 490s. But then we had a really strong April, strong May, and now I'm tracking ahead. So, kind of an interesting thing with trying to forecast. I'm conservatively using last year's average, given the fact that last year I did have a couple of slow months, and I did have a red month last year as well. So I think it's a conservative average. And then, of course, if I'm able to beat it, well, that's great too. And we'll hope that can happen. So anyways, we're sitting here with 104th day of the year, and that leaves us with about 126 days to go. So, we're coming up, at the end of June at the halfway point. So, the year can go by pretty quickly, and it's always a good idea to kind of revisit what was working in the last month, what's your plan for this month, what you're going to do to try to finish June really strong, what you're going to do through the summer, and of course the fall, October, November, December is when the momentum is almost always incredibly strong. So I always anticipate that those months will be big green months for me. So that'll be certainly the goal this year. Anyways, that's about it here this morning as we finish up. So another green day, $2,433 puts me, $10 ahead of my daily average, which is great. All right, so a little above the daily average today. Accounts growing, progress is being made, and we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning, as usual, 9:15 for pre-market analysis. All right, I'll see you guys all first thing tomorrow morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.